welcome back. You like my queen wave? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to it for the first time. And I'm getting used to this whole thing of what I should and should not say in a video. Is it too long? Is it too short? Should I encourage you to go and subscribe right now? Go subscribe and press like. If you've never been to my channel before or seen any of my videos, well, welcome. Is that too perky? I think it's too perky. So I've devoted my whole channel, not my whole channel, let's be realistic. I've devoted like 50% of my channel to making videos about living as a foreigner in Egypt and my adventures and all of that, and things like going to weddings, traveling, daily things, just stuff about me and my crazy life here, which over the past 8 years has become less and less crazy and more normal, as it would in any situation. But I basically do everything and everything that I can to talk about my life here and kind of prepare people who are planning to move here so that they're not kind of like they're not hit with culture shock as much. I just did recently a video where I talked about the top 10 things I wish I had have known before I moved here. It's not a video about, hey, if I had have known these things, I wouldn't have moved here. It's top 10 things that would have made my life easier once I had gotten here, had I have known this ahead of time. So just to be sure about this. So what am I talking about today? Well, I'm talking about the top 10 favorite things about living here. Let's, talk about the good stuff. Let's talk about the good stuff. So I have it here on my phone because my memory is not so great. All right, so let's just get into it. And my sister's calling, so I'm gonna have to pause. Hold on. Sorry, my sister was calling and for the Eid, so yeah. So getting back to what we were saying. All right, so I can't even remember where I was. So what am I talking about today? Well, I'm talking about lots of good stuff. I'm talking about 10. 10, it's a nice whole round number. I mean, if I had 11 or 9, it's just, let's keep it 10. So my top 10 favorite things about living in Egypt. Now these are in no particular order. I have my list here on my phone because my memory's for crap. So I'm gonna go through them. So I'm gonna sit back, I'm gonna kind of get a little comfy. As you can see, I am totally casual. If you go see my intro video about my intro to my channel and all of that, you'll see how I talk about how I really have to kind of film on the go and whenever I have the chance. And a lot of time that does not include doing my hair or putting on makeup. In fact, if I'm able to just shower before I do one of these videos, we're doing good. Because I do have 2 very young children and time is money. Number 1, I love that 9 out of 12 months of the year here is really nice warm weather because I am someone who likes the hot weather. I detest cold weather. I cannot take it. I would rather be boiling hot with sweat dripping down my face than be even a little bit cold. So the fact that it is mostly beach weather 9 months out of the year is amazing for me. Number 2. I love that anything can be delivered to you. Anything, pretty much. I mean, everything from food to services. So for example, my son had to have a few blood tests run, and obviously with the situation with Corona, we didn't want to take him to the health department or the lab to get his blood taken because we don't know about who he may come in contact with. There is an actual lab where the doctor will come to your home and draw the blood for you, and then they will send you the electronic results of the test. So I love that things can be delivered to you, all manner of things. You can have people who I'm not talking about just in times of Corona, and I need to make that clear. I'm not talking about these things with regards to right now. I'm talking about what the normal life is. Number 3, and this is a personal preference. Not everybody likes this, but I love going to Egyptian weddings, especially the big fancy ones where you wear like a soiree dress and you go get your hair and your makeup done. I love it. It's so much fun, and oh my goodness, it's like you're getting dressed up to go to prom. And when you have all of these different weddings that you go to, it's like you constantly get to go to prom because it's like amazing dancing and food and with your friends and your family and all that together. It's just super fun. So I love going to weddings. I love the whole experience from getting ready. I love the entrance of the bride and groom and the dancing and all of that. I love it. Number 4. Okay, number 4, one of the best things about living here is my social life. And I would say that here going out is a little bit more part of the culture in it, but I want to be very specific with this. I feel like in the States it's kind of more like, oh, we just hang out at each other's houses and stuff. Here it's where it's more, there is kind of like traditions about it. I mean, when you go to visit somebody, especially if you're going to visit someone older, you know, you bring a gift and all of that. But I feel like in general I have a better social life here because people are more up for going out more often. Number 5, how friendly the people are. Friendly people. Egyptians are so hospitable and so, first of all, they are fiercely proud of their country, and therefore they want to make a good impression with people that they meet who are not Egyptian. And so they really do go out of their way to make foreigners feel comfortable. And it's not just about the tourism part, because when I meet people, when I met people 8 years ago who knew I was a foreigner, you know, they really, really did go out of their way to help me and make sure that I felt at home and welcome and all of that. And that is just a part of the culture, and I love that. And if you're in trouble in some way, like a car accident or whatever, you'll find like 15 people who pull over to help you. It's really cool. Number 6, vacationing is easy and cheap, particularly with regard to the beach. And I actually kind of want to make that my like overall thing, because it's not just about like vacationing. I have a really, really sore spot for going to beaches. It's like I find peace and tranquility when I am by some sort of body of water. And we are very lucky that we are next to two seas. We have the Mediterranean to the north. Sorry for the noise in the background. We have the Mediterranean Sea in the north, and then to the east of us the southeast, we have the Red Sea. And I would say that definitely the Mediterranean, the north coast, for me is more beautiful water as far as being like white sandy beaches, but the Red Sea is more convenient and is really great diving. All right, number 7 is the cost of living. The cost of living here is definitely cheap with regards to things like food, electric, gas, water, and also just in general, things just cost a lot less, like going to get your hair done and maintenance on your car, or having, electricians, all of that. Now, there are things that do cost more here, like houses cost more here, cars cost more here, electronics cost more here. Those type of things cost more here, but I'm talking about the everyday things like healthcare and medication and your utilities, and just the daily cost of life is much cheaper here. Sorry about that. My daughter's on a plasma scooter with my son, and they're just going in circles, just a never-ending loop. Hear them crying because I made them stop. Anyway, number 8 is the food. I love that in Cairo, in particular, you can find almost any cuisine that you want to find. Now, it might not always, depending on the restaurant, be exactly what you're looking for as far as authenticity, but it's at least going to be good. And most of the time, like 90% of the time, when you go and eat at a really good restaurant, it's amazing. And it's very rare that we go to a restaurant, especially if it has good reviews, and I'm let down. And I do love to eat out. Number 9. Now, this may be a silly one, but for me, I am a movie buff, and honestly, my passion is film. And I love watching it and analyzing it. I actually filmed a film review, and I just haven't yet had the chance to edit it all the way and put it up. And it was on a movie that I feel like I'm not going to get a lot of hits on, because it was just some sort of kind of random movie that I watched, and it was kind of an indie movie, so I'm not actually sure if I'm going to put it up yet or not. So going to the movies is kind of like, I remember seeing a film, I remember seeing a film review with Chris Stuckman, and he was talking about how going to the movies is like a religious experience for him, and that for him going to the movie theater was like his church. Like for me, I feel a very same sort of feeling with regards to how important it is, and it's like, it is meaningful for me. So for here, I love that you have a lot of options with regards to how you want your movie experience to be, and you can pay more in order to make your movie experience better. Like, so if you really want like the ultimate movie going experience, you can pay more and get a really awesome experience. So here what it is that you have three levels of cinema, right? So you have like the normal general public cinema that seats, you know, how many 100 people, how many ever theaters seat, and it's got like a standard price admission, and this is the cheapest ticket, and generally most people go to that. Then after that you have something called the deluxe theaters, and it's very nice, and it's a theater which they don't allow kids under the age of 12 to go in, and this is really good because usually when kids age around 12 or so, they come in like packs of like 15 or 20, and they just have no sense of what's right and wrong with regards to, you know, film, you know, movie theater etiquette, and they talk and they're on the phones and all that. So if you want like a kid-free movie-going experience, you can go to this theater, and it's nicer with nicer chairs and all of that. And it's a more expensive ticket. Then you have like the highest one, and this is the VIP, and it's a smaller screen, but not like that much smaller. But you have lazy boy chairs. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think that you're not allowed in if you're under the age of 18, something like that. And it like has a restaurant side, and you can order food, and they'll deliver it to you right into the theater, you know, right. And there's like a table that shifts over, and you can eat while you watch your movie. It's really like, last time I did that, I mean, my husband and I, we generally save that for like anniversaries and stuff. So I love that I can pay it, and I love that no matter what level of ticket you're buying, whether it's standard admission, deluxe, or VIP, there's seat booking. Like if you get there ahead of time, you can book it and book your seat and book your actual place. And then I love that now there's online booking where you book the actual place. Like I don't even have to get there early. I can do everything online, book and buy my ticket online, and then I can show up 5 minutes before the movie starts and walk in, and my seat is ready for me. So I really love that, and I love that that's something that's standard here. This is number 10. Now this is more related to the kids. There's something here, and as soon as you get, you're gonna hear it. As soon as you get here, you're gonna hear people talk about the Nady. The Nady means it's a sporting club, and it's all related to athletics and things for children and adults, and there's a lot of option for adults. So Nady is a sporting club, and you basically you are members of almost like a country club. You are members of your country club, and there is an initial fee that you have to pay to get in. And then once you're in, your membership is actually an inheritance. Your family's membership, your children inherited it. That's how valuable this is here. And basically, it's like a gated, it's like a big, huge gated compound with all manner of things inside. It's got playgrounds, gymnasiums, fields, it's got restaurants, little supermarkets and stationery shops, and there's ours has like a bank and all of this stuff, a coiffeur. I mean, there's all of these things available, and it's like a safe place for you to take your kids, where it's clean, and it's just a place to kind of escape. And they always, I mean, it's really with the greenery and all of that, and obviously, I mean, we miss, obviously under the situation with Corona, we've not been able to go to ours. We're a member of the Heliopolis Club, both the Chirut one and then the Heliopolis Club in Heliopolis, and we've not been able to go, and we really miss it. My daughter is heavily into sports. She does swimming and gymnastics. She does football. And she wanted to start hip hop dancing. I mean, she did a lot of different things. And so continuing on with what I was talking about with the Nady, it's definitely a perk here. It's nice to have a nice safe space that's clean and guarded and everything, where I can take my kids and they can play, they can participate in sports, meet new people, and we can interact in all manner of things. and I really enjoyed that. So, and I miss it and can't wait to go back once the coronavirus epidemic is past. I hope that you found this video insightful and positive, and that if you are moving to Egypt, that it gives you something to look forward to. That there are a lot of positive things about living here, and like if you are living here, comment down below about some of your favorite things about living in Egypt, whether you're a foreigner or not. Remember, this channel isn't just for foreigners, it is for everybody, and I love this country and I love living here. And like I've said before many times, if I didn't like living here, I wouldn't live here. But I do love living here, and I love my life here, and I love Egypt, and I love Yani. I love the people, and alhamdulillah. Thanks so much for checking it out. Make sure that you check out my channel for my other videos, and also make sure that you subscribe and like this video, and I will see you on the next one. Oh yeah, one last thing. If there are any other videos about Egypt that you would like for me to make, obviously if it's doable under the circumstances, let me know, and about what topics you want to know, what are things that you want to know about living in Egypt. And I'll see if I can do it. Bye bye, guys.